Hello friends, this is Raina with a new lesson on Class 8 Science chapter number 2, which is Microorganisms Friend and Foe. In this chapter we will see what are the microorganisms and how they are friend and foe for the human beings. So let us start it. First of all, we should know what are the microorganisms. The living organisms which we normally cannot see with our unaided eyes are known as microorganisms or the microbes. These can live in all types of environment. These are also found inside the bodies of animals including humans. There are four types of microorganisms: bacteria, algae, protozoa, and fungi. Viruses are also microscopic but different from other microorganisms. They reproduce only inside a host cell. These causes some common elements like cold, influenza means flu, etc. For example, corona, polio, chickenpox, etc. Now let's see the types of microorganisms. There are two types of microorganisms: friendly microorganisms and harmful microorganisms. The microorganisms which are beneficial for the human beings are known as friendly microorganisms. The example of friendly microorganisms are yeast, lactobacillus, etc. Now, harmful microorganisms. The microorganisms which are not beneficial for human beings and cause certain diseases are known as harmful microorganisms. The example of harmful microorganisms are Mycobacterium tuberculosis, Salmonella, enteric, etc. Now, let's see the uses of the friendly microorganisms. Friendly microorganisms are used in making of curd, bread, and cake. A bacteria called Lactobacillus promotes the formation of curd. Friendly microorganisms are also called the cleaning agents of the environment. These also increases soil fertility by fixing nitrogen. Bacteria and yeast are helpful in fermentation of rice idlis and dosa batter. Fermentation is the process of conversion of sugar into alcohol. This process was discovered by Louis Pasteur. Yeast is used in baking industry and in production of alcohol and wine. Microorganisms are also used in medicines. These medicines kill or stop the growth of the disease causing microorganisms. Such medicines are called antibiotics. Some examples of antibiotics are streptomycin, tetracycline, and erythromycin. From the dead and weakened microbes, vaccine is prepared. Vaccine is a suspension of weakened, killed, or fragmented microorganisms or antibodies that is administered primarily to prevent disease. We have taken friendly microorganisms. Now it is the turn of harmful microorganisms. Some microorganisms cause disease in human beings, plants, and animals. They are called pathogens. Microbial disease that can spread from an infected person to a healthy person is called communicable disease. For example, corona, chickenpox, cholera, tuberculosis, etc. Some animals or insects carry disease causing microbes. These animals or insects are known as carrier. For example, housefly. Female Anopheles mosquito carries the parasite of malaria, and female Aedes mosquito acts as the carrier of dengue virus. Now, let's have a look on some common human diseases caused by microorganisms and their mode of transmission. Tuberculosis, cholera, typhoid are caused by bacteria and their mode of transmission is air, water or food, water respectively. Measles, chickenpox, polio, hepatitis A are caused by viruses, and their mode of transmissions are air, air or contact, air or water, and water respectively. Malaria is caused by a protozoa and the mode of transmission is mosquito. Now it is the turn of some common plant diseases caused by microorganisms and their mode of transmission. Citrus canker is caused by a bacteria and the mode of transmission is air. Rust of wheat is caused by fungi and the mode of transmission are air or seed. Yellow vein mosaic of bindi mean okra are caused by virus and the mode of transmission is insect. Do you know what is food poisoning? Microorganisms that grow on our food sometimes produce toxic substances. These make the food poisonous, causing serious illness and even death. Food poisoning could be due to the consumption of the spoiled food by some microorganisms. As you all know, microbes can spoil our food, and spoiled food emits bad smell and has a bad taste and changed color. So, can we preserve our food? Yes, we can preserve our food by using some common methods, which are preservation by common salts, preservation by sugar, preservation by oil and vinegar, chemical method, and heat and cold treatment. We will study these 5 one by one. Number 1. Preservation by common salts. Meat and fish are conserved with dry salt to check the growth of bacteria. Salting is also used to preserve amla, raw mangoes, tamarind, etc. Number 2. Preservation by sugar. Jams, jellies, and squashes are preserved by sugar. Sugar reduces the moisture content, which inhibits the growth of bacteria which spoil the food. Number 3. Preservation by oil and vinegar. Use of oil and vinegar prevents spoilage of pickle because bacteria cannot live in such an environment. Vegetables, fruits, fish meat are often preserved by this method. Number 4. Chemical method. Salts and edible oils are the common chemicals generally used to check the growth of microorganisms. Therefore, they are called preservatives. For example, mustard oil, sodium benzoate, and sodium metabisulfite. Number 5. Heat and cold treatments. Boiling kills the microorganisms, but the pasteurized milk does not need boiling. The milk is heated about 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 seconds and then suddenly chilled and stored. This process was discovered by Louis Pasteur and it is called pasteurization. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, share, comment and subscribe my channel.